Alright.
We're live. We're fully live.
Yay! Okay.
I need to watch this stream on my phone. Just check how the stream quality is.
Yeah. Make sure it's all good. Everything runs smoothly. I'm ready.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay. As soon as it hits 30, then that's when we'll start.
What?
Because that's when the time... As soon as the time hits the exact time, so 4:30 for me, 11:30 for you, then that's when we'll start.
Oh.
So...
So?
Have you included your audio?
Yeah, I include my audio.
Okay. So, Lighthouse versus Illusion Tier 2.
Illusion Gaming Tier 2.
Only a 4-map series. And as the tweet says...
It's
too early to screen.
Just all for PlayStation.
It's like 2 minutes too early.
Huh? Too much too early?
1 more minute. Just waiting for people to come in.
Alright. Just count down from 3 whenever you want to start the map codes.
I don't think it matters, because Illusion M Tier 2.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what the tweet said. The tweet says Illusion Gaming Tier 2. So, alright. Okay, ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Alright. Okay. So, let's see here. What is each side running? Seems like the side of Illusion M Tier 2 is rolling out with a double bubble Reaper Rush comp, trying to dive on and isolate one of the targets on Lighthouse Gaming. But the other comp depends on its momentum, so if they can sprawl Lighthouse, then they should be able to win these fights.
We're just gonna go straight into the action here, actually, as both sides will battle in this little corridor here. As EdgyBoy being the first one to fall, but Ali getting the D-Mech. And Ali finding another pick here. It's pretty evenly matched between these two sides. But Lighthouse does seem to have an advantage here with more people on the objective. EdgyBoy obviously coming back. Quentin planning the pick on Marion. And this will look like a Lighthouse cap.
Alright. What do you think about the first fight, initial fight, Edgy?
Well, it was very even until the end, where Ali finding a lot of picks. EdgyBoy falling first was obviously a huge play, but they managed to adapt to that, and we will see another fight here shortly as some poke goes out.
I think
And Duke being used and Shatter.
I think Illusion M just failed to speed up the tempo on the first initial fights. Seems like they're going way too slow and waiting, which Lighthouse can sprawl and kill before they can properly dive.
That's another fight here won by Lighthouse, with Drago finding most of the picks through his Earth Shower. It was huge. With Duckman and Nova both supportals online, and even a self-destruct here compared to the Primal and compared to the Illusion's Primal. Diva Bomb will be going out. Finding the Lucio. That's a huge pick early on. We'll just have to see where this fight takes them. Obviously, Primal and Death Blossom online for Illusion, with both support holds from Lighthouse. The Lucio now needs to push with their team. Lucio is back. Let's see. Death Blossom comes out. Finding Drago. And finding Duckman. That's, you do not want to lose your beat that early in situations like these.
No.
Ali just forced him to reset here. Everyone just forced him to reset.
Well,
Ult's committed, but
what do you think about Lighthouse? Sorry, what do you think about Illusion going for that tiny corridor and then using ults as they engage on the point?
well, they do have very close combat with the Winston and the Reaper comps, and obviously Lighthouse not having that sustainability to fight in that tight corridor, obviously running Trace and McCree, and so overall I think that's what won them the fight. Illusion's comp is just better than at close quarters.
I agree and disagree. I think Illusion benefits a lot from getting good dive engages and trying to isolate targets, which is meant to be in play.
EdgyboyUwU falling and that's a huge Diva bomb, and it'll just be a cleanup here from Illusion. That's a really good duplicate. That will find 3 of the Lighthouse members, and EdgyboyUwU switching over to Reaper to get some more damage.
I think Reaper's certainly the right call here. It just benefits what this comp wants to do. Right? With the McCree and the stun, you have a way better brawl and sustain than Illusion M have. And you have the Reaper to benefit that even more. Rather than the Tracers, easily isolated.
Lighthouse are cleaning up here. EdgyboyUwU finding 2. And it'll just be a quick cleanup here from Lighthouse. It's just a lot of cleanup in these control maps. Especially on Ilios. Ali up on the high ground. They have to use ult here. Illusion have to ult here, but Lighthouse do have more than them. And Ali falls down here like that's. And Drago shatters the Winston bomb. So much is going on. Primal being popped. Ults being used left, right, and center. It is looking to favor Illusion, but people are just falling. People are fighting. EdgyboyUwU does fall. This could be the end for Lighthouse's fight here. But at the end of Lighthouse's fight, ignore me. Illusion does cap this point. You know, everyone's resetting and does fall here. With this fall early, this will look like this will be Illusion's map. Not much happening. This map is looking in favor of Illusion here. Is everyone in Lighthouse are just begging for contest. Obviously Drago going onto the ball here. They're just looking for a contest. Edgy switching over to a Tracer as well. And it'll just be stall after stall, cleanup after cleanup here. Unless something big can happen here.
Could you pause for a second when we get to, when we get to 25, I'm prepared to attack. Can you pause? Like, pause your replay.
Alright. Wait, on the... Alright, what's up?
Second round, on 125, pause there.
125.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm prepared to attack. Okay, paused. Alright, I need to read what everyone's saying. I think Edgy is on color, but he's doing... No, I'm on play-by-play.
Okay, that entire map, we were out of sync. I was second ahead of you, and I had no idea when I was able to color. Like, I literally couldn't do anything, because you would always be like, calling fights. It was so annoying for me, because I would hear you calling fights, and I had no idea when I could do commentating. Like, we were just out of sync. So
I think that's my bad.
I thought you said I'm free, so when I'm free, then you wanna go, I'm like, oh.
Yo, Edgy, we're not getting a player POV. Yeah, it's my bad. I should be doing more player POVs. I've just been doing wide shots.
Oh,
this is my second ever game of casting. And
heard...
this is obviously FangedGecko's first.
Right.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Awesome. Okay, we should be better in sync now.
Come switching up slightly with the Ball Diva here from Lighthouse, with obviously the same comp coming in from Illusion.
Yeah. I think Lighthouse's main problem in the first one was a lack of focus fire and decisiveness in these fights. They tend to get very messy with brawl and dive and all this. I think it's just they like grouped up together more and focused on more individual targets, which is where losing and struggle to stay together. Then I think they would have won the first point. But it's still good for them to move team.
The comp is going to switch to double flight from Lighthouse, but still remain on the ball diva. Let's see how this pans out. People in the chat saying your mic's fucked. Your mic's being fucked up.
Okay. I'll go fix that for Max though. Instead of have to like completely turn off my headset.
EdgyBoy falls early. It's really bad for this fight. But Ali does get the pick on the main tank, but more will fall from Lighthouse. As it'll just be Illusion will take this first fight. EdgyBoy falling early is a huge disadvantage. As Drago trying to get away on the wrecking ball. And he eventually does.
It feels like Lighthouse are getting isolated a lot, and they don't know exactly what they want to do each fight. Like, for example, like, I personally would have liked to see, like, an Ana or Zen alongside Mercy, so you can get more capitalization on the ball engages that are being set up. But it feels like the Flyers can't really get in position when the ball is at the same time.
Be a dive here from Drago, a big slam. The barrage here. Oh, it's a huge barrage, but Ali will fall in the process. That could be enough picks for Lighthouse to cap this point. And Lighthouse cruise on point. It's just a Reaper, and they will cap.
What do you like about that fight specifically, Edgy?
Ali really set them up here for with the 2 picks, allowing them more space to push in and then clean up all the kills onto the point.
Yeah, I think this is a very great disruption from Drago on the ball to initially set up for Ali to capitalize off the rest of the fight.
And she finds Liquids early, and Liquids has used the duplication. Ults will be committed here into this fight, including the Death Bottom, but it's currently an even trade. I need to move on to point. And see here, depends on cleaning up the Reaper, and this fight will look like it will favor Lighthouse. Lucio stall here, but it won't be enough, and he's just gonna try and get back to his team.
I think Lighthouse did a really good job of supporting each other as the fight got more messy. Like, staying in tiny groups to support each other when that fight got a little bit indecisive.
Right, actually pausing it, but not for long. Diva bomb coming out. Won't find anything. Quenzel. Edgy dupe onto the Winston. Let's see what he can do here. Ali finding Liquids. And pick after pick from Lighthouse is really giving them advantage in these fights. Edgy now on the duped Primal, finding 2. Allowing the matey to get the res on the Pharah. I am stuttering all over the place.
Well, again, just a really good engage from Lighthouse. They saw that Illusion M want to rotate onto that point, try and take space there and set up and play their game. But Lighthouse did a great job of hooking them out and making sure they get that picks and engage onto it.
Oh shit! Okay, I accidentally went back. Okay, thank God.
I hit them.
And there will be overtime here. Trying to figure out this menu. Everyone's watching this. Is probably gonna call me a huge Pepega. Like, this is my second ever time casting. I'm sorry. And I couldn't catch that. I was fucking up. But yeah, Illusions do take this point here, and Lighthouse are looking to set up again.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I've really done it again.
Okay. The main problem is this is gonna be very hard for Lighthouse to cap because they only have dry fight now. Because they use the most of their ultimates there, and Illusion have the Diva bomb the zone and the blocks and get some quick kills. So this is gonna be very hard to contest here.
We're getting the first pick. fight going out on point here, and this will look like it'll favor Lighthouse. Lighthouse, it'll just be a cleanup, a beat coming down just to try and give him a slither of hope, but in the end it might lead to nothing here. Minefield out on point. I don't think Eluso can do anything about that. Death Blossom coming out though. This could be the saving grace, but I don't think it's going to be enough. If the 3 pick, it finds 3 and the Diva mech. And that should have been Lighthouse's fight, but it should have been Lighthouse's fight, but a Death Blossom and a couple more ults secure the win.
Yeah. I think... Oh, it's Illusion.
It's 2-0. Do we watch this? It's 2...
Okay. After your stream messed up, you were ahead of me.
This is just a Papega stream right now. I keep fucking up the buttons. But I don't. But do we watch this? Because I remember we play this, but it doesn't amount to anything at the end. So, is it worth watching this? Let me see what stream thinks. We defo watch the Bastion.
Alright. Okay, so fairly
Alright, looks like we're
interesting
watching this.
From Lighthouse Gaming, a Bastion setup here. Looks like they're trying to set up on the Bastion on the point and try and play that wrong and both do with the Echo as well. And also have the Brawl with the Ryan and Lucida Brawl. What are your thoughts on this composition?
It's very off meta really, especially the Bastion. But it does seem to be working as Edgy and Ali find the first pick, chasing down everyone. Edgy obviously finds the pick on Liam. I don't know why I keep saying obviously, but just deal with it. And they will cap first.
I think that was a very good engagement from Lighthouse there to initially get the pick for the Bastion, which Illusion were completely caught off guard by and capitalized with the Echo.
I'm trying to see what Ali's doing on this Bastion here because it's very interesting. They will be taking the fight in this right corridor here. A lot of damage going out, a lot of ult charge. Immortality field forced to use it's forced early. They could capitalize off that as Drago falls, but Ali on the Bastion finds the healer with Liam just sweeping up everyone with the assistance of Nightmarian. Illusion will take it.
Well, I with the fight from Illusion is they split the Bastion from Predator's team and capitalized with a far less tanky setup afterwards.
Also, I'm not going to try and do first person views because I don't want to reset the stream again. As Lighthouse are finding picks here, but the main tank is surprisingly low. The Death Blossom coming down, finding 2. They can't deal with this Death Blossom here. Not even the Diva DM can help them here as the Bastion. The Bastion out from Ali, finding another one as he finds Liam. I'm really loving this mean Bastion pick. But I don't think it'll amount to anything in the end.
I don't really
being forced out for the Diva bomb.
I don't personally very like the Bastion pick, but Illusion M's calm. They wanna go fast and they want to just destroy with damage with the Echo and the Reaper.
Yeah, plus the most annoying thing about this Bastion is I don't know where to focus my attention to. It will be a regroup here, and another dupe onto a Winston from EdgyBoy, and Drago will push in on that, but they have beat, and I forgot to mention this last fight, but they forced an Immortality and a beat for 1 Diva bomb, which could heavily impact them here with the lack of a beat. And it doesn't seem to be bothering them now though, as Lighthouse are finding picks, but I think it's a pretty equal fight at the moment as Quenzel falls low and he will be desuited, and that will end Lighthouse's push. But someone needs a touch as the time goes lower and lower. I know that someone is roasted my thing in the chat, but I can't read the chat right now. As this fight looks to come to a close here. As the Quenzel falls here, and I don't think Lighthouse are going to recover from this. Are you finding? Yeah, that demon one's shut everything down. Really, it'll just have to be a stall here, and Illusion will take the first map.
Next, I have to replay code now.
Let's hope we actually get things right this time.
Yeah. Okay. This time we need to stay synced the entire time.
I'll try. I'm not gonna do first-person views.
Never again.
Never again, because that's messed me up.
Like,
someone in the chat says try and do first-person views. I tried it and I nearly reset the stream.
Yeah.
So love that from
you
me.
did, and then you were ahead, and then I was behind, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then on the last one of Ilios that really messed up. But overall map recap for Illusion before we go on to the second map of the series. What did you think about that first map?
Well, in terms of the actual overall fight, I feel like it was just a comp diff because they played their comp really well, and even something I didn't realize is while I played that match was the ult usage, because specifically with the support and even some of the DPS, Lighthouse weren't using ults as aggressive as maybe they would like to, as while Illusion was obviously using the Death Blossom to engage. The next fight it was a Diva Bomb, and I feel like that's what cost Lighthouse the map, or the series. Sorry, the series, the map.
The map. I think for that entire series, Illusion haven't done the tempo, and Lighthouse never really responded to that.
Series.
It's for that map, sorry. Illusion really set the tempo for that map, and Lighthouse never responded. Felt like they were indecisive what they wanted to do and how they want to approach this new dive comp. Like with the Bastion picks, for example, like switching around the DPS a lot, it feels like they never really wanted to know if, like, okay, we wait for them to dive onto us, and then we get who is not able to dive, like the Ana, for example. Or if they wanted to go like an anti-dive to punish them when they did do it. Felt like they didn't really want to do either of those things, and kind of found like a weird in-between, which works at some points, wasn't consistent enough. Say.
Okay, you're clearly better at analysis than me. So let's go on to Li Zhang. You ready?
1 second. And also the old usage was very questionable. Stacking a lot. It seems like comms weren't very clear.
Okay.
Alright.
3, 2, 1,
go. Right.
Now arriving at
Next map being Li Zhang Tower. I don't know why we did 2 control maps, but we did deal with it.
Doesn't matter.
These.
I see Lighthouse are running a far more spammy comp than Illusion are here. Like with the McCree and the Junkrat, they're trying to get like a lot of damage and pressure in, so they can't really engage. Well, Illusion want to get faster, quicker fights with the Mei.
Oh. Wait, it's instantly into the fight. I usually expect like a little bit of time, but it's instantly into this. Well, for me at least. And EdgyboyUwU on the Junkrat, Sleepy Alley on the McCree. Obviously, this is much more famous. And EdgyboyUwU falls first on the Junkrat, and that might force a Lighthouse reset without a DPS. But Ali does find Liquid, and they could re-engage, but a shatter going down from Drago, finding nothing, and
how are we out of sync again?
Martin. Are we out of sync?
Yes.
How are we out of sync again?
I don't know. Okay, pause when you get to 30%.
What? How are you 30% ahead of me? Okay.
Okay, I'm at 30%. Where are you at?
I'm just coming up to 30%.
How?
I paused on 30%.
Okay.
Wait, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
I just want it to reset so we can hopefully just be synchronized. Because it's so weird.
Okay. Sorry, people. Well, I don't know what is going on.
What is going on? Well, I think, before we unpause, I think that main disadvantage in that fight is Lighthouse's comp really wants to play range and pick them off from a distance, applying more pressure and forcing Illusion to get bad positioning. Well, Illusion really wanted to run at them and capitalize with the May, and I felt like Illusion were able to pull that off. You know?
What? Wait. Are you wait. What percent are you at? Pause.
30.
What percent are you at?
I'm at 30. I've been paused.
Oh, 30. Okay. Are you okay? Are you on pause now?
No.
Okay. I'm not on pause. Okay. On the count of 3, on pause. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Alright.
Okay. Nana wants to Drago. As Blizzard comes out and window and a shadow. That's a lot of ults committed. But if it wins you the fight, then I don't suppose it matters. Drago fallen and the Diva Mech, both tanks, will force Lighthouse to reset here. As the Lucio is finding picks, and Drago will pin him.
Wow.
Oh, that is very unfortunate for that Lucio. Dynamic throw. That's
Feels like Lighthouse needs to play their strengths more to beat what Illusion are running here.
or it's a trade with the ultimates. But another ultimate means Lighthouse are down in numbers. Edgy just trying to get as much damage as he can, which will force a reset from Lighthouse.
I feel like
Things are not looking good for Lighthouse.
I think Lighthouse just need to play range more, or like either match the May or play range. And Edgy switched
on
to
a May now.
Very interesting. I think that the Ani can get better capitalization with the May if he can play it correctly. But he's got to be more decisive and got to speed up more.
I don't think EdgyBoy is very experienced on May though.
See, great isolation of McCray.
Beat will come out here and it will 2 ultimates mean that they will clean up here, keeping on to the high noon, which is good. But Illusion are at 99 here with a Blizzard online.
Right. What I really liked about that fight from Lighthouse is Scott and McCree was vulnerable, they isolated and they killed them, and they just rolled for the rest of the fight because of that. It's fair, from Lighthouse, yeah. It's a very good play and a very good read. Just gotta keep those reads up if they want to capitalize off.
Actually, not both McCrees. There are two DPS ults on Lighthouse and on Illusion. Now onto Drago, but the ice wall that tried to block the window, it blocks Drago, and Duckman. Both healers will fall, and that's a huge loss from Lighthouse.
It is,
especially when Illusion are 99%.
Yeah, it was a great nade
out.
from.
Nova, just say Nova.
No, alright. It was a great nade from Nova, but it felt like the team couldn't capitalize because they didn't really know what they wanted to do for the Nailbreakers.
And they'll just try and be a touchy and he won't touch at the end. Overall, things are not looking great for Lighthouse here. And we'll see what each team will have to do compositionally.
Yeah. I think that last fight just really came down to decisiveness. Feels like EdgyBoy wants to try and avoid the damage, and Nova and Drago want to go push in and force the fight. I think either of them can be very effective. Feels like they just need to do like this, both of them at the same time.
A complete comp switch up from Lighthouse with Nova, Edgy, and Sleepy switching over to a Brig, Hanzo, and Symmetra. Things staying the same here for Illusion. Maybe the switching comps is the thing that's messing up Lighthouse.
Possibly.
Because with Illusion, they're winning their games by going same comp over and over and over again. And since Lighthouse have forced to play the counter, maybe that forces them to not play heroes that they're specifically comfortable on. And this is a very need to wait for both teams to ready up.
Right. I think this is
Okay,
a very
both teams are
interesting adjustment from Lighthouse. I think they really want to brawl on the point with the sim and try and do as much stun and CC as possible with the Brig and the Symmetra. I think it can really work out if they play it correctly.
And both teams doing the sim TP strat, and it'll be a straight up brawl on point. I need to fly all the way over here. And Illusion find the first pick, but that's a healer down, and then that's both healers down from Illusion. That's a huge losses here, as it might just be just a cleanup here from Lighthouse, and it will be.
I think it really gave the advantage there is from the Hanzo from Edgy and the Brig from Nova. Like, the ability for the Brig to punish and the Hanzo to play range and still do a ton of damage when the fight got more messy and keep safe while doing that, gave him a massive advantage compared to Illusion's comp.
They're just waiting for a group up here for a sim TP. See how this fight will go. Same thing, Sims right here. And oh, that's a... They predicted it. And they got the damage out before they could drop. With the Mei, the Rhine, and the Bap going down before they could even fully drop onto the point. And a Shatter coming up from Lighthouse and a Dragon Strike. A lot of ults coming up from Lighthouse, but on the side of Illusion, they barely have any, and only a Blizzard.
Only a Blizzard.
With a pharmacy switch.
I think the pharmacy switch is kind of bizarre with the Blizzard. Because on the Blizzard you want to capitalize with the Lucio, try and charge our ultimates, with the pharmacy you have to go so much slower, and you kind of have to poke and pad at Lighthouse to break them before you can get an engagement.
Maywell coming out, and the Blizzard coming out. Drago will use his Shatter. EdgyBoy just trying to get damage off from the side of the Quenzel, trying to do damage to the pharmacy. It looks like Illusion will win this fight, but the sim. Oh
no, but the
maybe I was wrong. No. Maybe I was wrong, because as the Symmetra comes and does a ton of damage with her beams, and it will be. Despite Ali not being in the fight, his sim turrets did a lot of work there.
I think this is sustain of the freaking Lucio giving AoE healing to the entire team with this even this Symmetra. Give Lighthouse the advantage in that fight, because Illusion was struggling a lot and trying to trickle on point and just take individual fights. Well, Lighthouse could punish them for that and continue to sustain as they waited for their members to get back.
Diva bumping out here, finding Drago, and it'll look like Illusion this time actually might take the point, as only the Diva and the Hansa remain. Even though EdgyBoy does get the DMAC, he will fall to Marty Jin. Marty, I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna offend someone.
I think it was a better fight from Illusion, but it felt like very interesting to swap from Sleepy Owl to play the Widowmaker. Try and play range and poke out the far, I assume.
Perhaps.
What do you think? Why do you think Illusion's been struggling a lot on this point so far?
Well, obviously, that's a thing that happened. I'll answer that later. But Quenzel finding 2 here, and that'll give him a huge advantage. But the Blizzard does come out again, and Edgy will fall. But Ali getting the pick onto the main healer means that Illusion will have a hard time trying to keep up with Lighthouse's heals, and Duckman finding 2 just to clear up the point.
So as a whole, Lighthouse is a lot more comfortable on the like Lucio version of the Brawl than they do on the other comps that they've shown so far.
And the fight's still going on. The contest is happening, but a solo Shatter onto the Reinhardt from Drago. That's how to establish dominance on Reinhardt. As the Diva will fall, and this will look like Lighthouse will gain into overtime, and I don't think anyone can touch. Oh, never mind, the Mercy can. Stall coming out here from Illusion. And Drago finding 2, Quenzel finding the other. Tank's just cleaning up everything.
Yeah.
And this will look like Lighthouse have become much better.
I think it's all about that break switch. It gives them something for Brawl, because like what Illusion wanted to do today was on the poke with far and off angles, but they never really achieved that. So it's kind of like ran at Lighthouse, and they could punish them for it with their Reinhardt and their break and their more sustainable comp on point. I felt like Illusion didn't really know what goal they want to achieve with their swaps there. Well, Lighthouse knew exactly what they wanted to do.
Oh, never mind. And there'll be a Far Reaper comp for Illusion and a Doom Far. Very questionable. But 10 minutes, whoa. Okay. What is going on? Can both teams ready up? Okay. Thank goodness. I'm gonna set myself up in a place where I can see where both teams are going. And I think they're both gonna sim TP to point. Actually, no. Only one will. Wait, they don't even have a sim. I saw the sim before, but
Oh.
Drago will be swinging here, trying to find as much damage as he can. As EdgyBoy falls first. EdgyBoy keeps falling first a lot in these lost fights from Lighthouse. And Drago will go next. And despite getting a pick, I think Illusion will clean this one off.
I think this is a very good roll fight from Illusion to get an under point and then finish off the targets if it needs to be.
Oh wait, EdgyBoy fights too. Wait, I thought this fight was lost. They just keep coming back because of the sim TP.
Hello.
But Lighthouse will be the one who caps this point. This Brig is doing phenomenal work here. It's a great switch from Nova. As they'll look to take this fight from inside this room. Are we synced, by the way? Just double checking.
No, not at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this one's my bad. Could you wait, pause the game for a second? Wait for me.
Hold on. What percent are you at?
I'm not even on the third point.
Wait, what?
Dude, okay, now I'm on the third point.
Wait, what happened?
Okay. Basically, the fucking thing just whoop. I was trying to move my controller around, get a better angle for myself, and I pressed the 2 squares button, and it was reset the entire map.
Why did you tell me? I would have paused.
You were in the middle of something.
Oh, fair.
Okay, what percent are you at?
I'm at 43% for Lighthouse, and I'm just doing very important things at the moment. I'm getting close up on the Lighthouse players' faces because sometimes the faces are funny, and it's just a fun thing to do while I'm waiting for you.
Alright, so you're at 43?
You were 43% for Lighthouse, yeah.
Alright. Do Illusion have any percent?
No, Illusion don't have any percent.
Alright. Oh, wait until I get to that point. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I should have just gave you the timestamp, shouldn't I? Oh! Wait, the timestamp is 11:54.
Alright. I'm here. Exactly.
Wait, count to 3, you ready?
3. You gonna do it with me?
Okay. 3,
2, 1.
1, go.
Go. Alright. I know it's a very good job from Lighthouse to get on the point and retake it there. Take the space and control if it's not true. Understand? I think it's very hard for Illusion to play these off angles to try and capitalize. Lighthouse is slower comp.
We'll try and take this fight here. Quenzel getting his mech back. The Reinhardt tube here. But you don't want to lose your Winston. Oh, that's a huge shot. But the Echo can serve as another main tank. But it will fall here. And I have noticed on Illusion's side that the Winston has been falling in the first fights. Like how EdgyBoy falls in the Lighthouse lost fights. And Lighthouse will look to win this fight here. Just cleaning up everything. And Illusion really needs a touch here. They'll be fighting on the bridge, seeing where everyone's going. Sim wall coming out here.
No.
Relatively early, but I don't think it will matter. Wait.
The thing
just ended.
It just ended.
Yeah. But
What?
wait, why did it end there? Okay, we won the game. We won that game. Why
That's
did it
great.
end there?
I don't know.
What? Well, Lighthouse won that fight and we won the series, the map, but why did it just end there? Oh, this whole stream's just a mess.
Let's just clean it up for the third map. What I liked a lot
Alright, third
from
map Hollywood.
For map Hollywood, okay. What I liked a lot from Lighthouse on that point with being the ultimate advantage was, I think they set up very well to sim TP and punished a lot of Illusion's questionable decisiveness. Not really knowing how they were gonna approach Lighthouse's comps, but they didn't really adjust it. And it was okay, we just run Winston because we can get a target off the point. But they never really able to do that. or like dive anyone per se. Because if you tried, like, if Illusion tried to dive on the point, then the Brig would stun you, or Center beam down, or Divine Heart would hit you. Like, they never really could get an opening, and they never really adjusted what the hell they were doing, and let just capitalize on that to win a point.
I mean, I would say how Lighthouse won that game was just I think it was comp diff and another comp diff. I know I'm saying boring, saying comp diff all the time, but wait, what the fuck?
It's not a comp diff if you play the comp correctly.
Well, Lighthouse did play what they needed to correctly, and I'm just
They
looking
did,
here.
but, like, they could, like, that, like, Winston can beat Reinhardt comps, so you have to play them very well. That's the thing. Like, both comps are good, and both comps can beat each other, but it depends on, like, who's better at it. Because, like, if Lighthouse are good at the brawl, and Illusion are sloppy at the dive, they're not gonna get anywhere. But if they can get a good dive, then they should destroy Lighthouse.
I was gonna say that in terms of the comp diff, I'd say that the Brig played a massive factor there in terms of the type of brawl that Lighthouse was playing. Both tanks got a lot of heals from it.
Yeah.
Even the tank comp itself, the Diva, I saw done a lot of work. Both tanks were really cleaning up here. DPS switches were just right from Lighthouse, and I think it just overwhelmed Illusion. So let's see how things go here.
Yeah, I think it was very good Brig swap to punish their dives. Okay,
are you ready?
Alright.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Straight into the action. As Ball Diva comes out with a Tracer Widow. Whoa, what?
We're right into the action here. Okay. I think what, like, this is Hump's trying to create shot with the ball just to get it on there. And then the Widow kicks off, and the Tracer capitalizes as well. Trying to isolate and confuse Illusion. Trying to catch them alone, but they got the Ash.
Lighthouse are getting picks, but will they amount to anything? As wait, hold on, are we at the same time? Hold on. Okay, at the top. Okay, yeah, we are. I'm at 3:15. I'm gonna.
Hello.
Okay.
There we go. Now we should be at about the same time.
Okay. Well, I think that was decent from Lighthouse, so they just need to be more decisive. And a lot more time for their Tracer to get set up, and their Widowmaker as well. So they were really in position by the time Drago tried to capitalize.
Oh, Drago falls early, that's very unfortunate, but what I feel like Lighthouse needs here is more, okay, a Fara switch, that's a bit better. What they needed there is more damage, because they are going up against a double shield comp here.
They need to kill things, and they need to isolate things better, and if they can't do that, then they can switch on to Reinhardt as well. I like to switch from the far from alley to try and poke at them more, and keep at a range while they're trying to deal with the ball. It's very effective against double shield, because they're very slow.
Window coming out. And oh, that's a good pick from Ali. But they will be instantly res, unfortunately. And it's pretty even. Actually, the mech does go down. That is a tank down, but the rocket barrage finds 3. Oh, that's huge from Ali. And but the ults come out, and that's a huge grab flux as well. Pulse bomb finding the Sigma, but the Ash will look to clean up here. Oh, that's great shots from the Ash. Oh, so much is happening.
Good search in the Ash. I feel like when he got to that last point, I think Lighthouse did a great job of forcing positioning from Illusion with the just sitting on point and having a far poke. But I felt like they should have known who to capitalize when they got there.
2 picks coming out from Drago and Edgy, but Illusion will find 2 of their own. I've noticed a pattern here. Every time Lighthouse get the picks, Illusion follow up with the same amount of picks. It's just trade after trade, but it favors Illusion in the end.
Feels like neither team's
I think Edgyboy needs to switch off this Tracer.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you can't really capitalize with the Tracer as much as you could with, like, a Reaper, for example.
What is this EdgyboyUwU guy doing? He's so dumb.
Oh, what time are you at?
But just about to go on to 50. So 53, 52, 51, 50. Nano boost coming out from Nova. Onto the Lucio. What? Lucio. Are you near my time or not?
Wait, what
By the
time?
way.
One, like, what time? You just said number. You didn't do a critical number.
Oh, I meant on the
Clock.
time that they have.
The clock,
Yeah,
yes.
time on the clock.
Yeah.
25.
What 25? What number
Zero,
beforehand?
025.
025?
Yeah, what are you on? Hold on. Ali's finding 3 here. We're getting distracted because we need to wonder if we're synced. But Lighthouse look like they will cap the point here.
We're not synced though.
Hold on. They've just capped now.
Okay, you need
Lighthouse
to wait
just
for me.
capped.
Stop the payload.
Timestamp is 4:04.
Alright, I'll tell you when I'm at that point.
This is scuffed.
Casting replays is so difficult.
It's so hard.
It's so difficult. It's very easy to make one small mistake in there, I think. Wait,
Yeah, 'cause if you
404.
make one this 4:04. That's
Two?
the time on the. No, I meant the time of like the replay. The time for the attacker is 2:27.
Alright, I'm at 404 now. You confused me so much. You gotta say which one. You can't say like 404 time bank or 404 timestamp.
I think I did. No, I didn't. I don't.
You did not. But
Well, now we're here.
Just keep
It doesn't
rolling.
matter. Now we're here. Okay, you ready?
Alright.
3, 2,
One.
1,
Go.
go. A house will cap.
I think that's a very good take from Lighthouse with the water fire pressure there, capitalizing on the first put up Illusion X team, Illusion team.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
EdgyboyUwU going up top trying to get value as the rest trying and go and play in. Oh, that's embarrassing.
At this point, I don't understand the tracer effect from EdgyboyUwU. It feels like he can't really get to the team at all, especially now they can play longer high ground sites. He'll just be picked off by.
Might be just playing for Pulse, yeah.
He
But I don't
might.
even think
Pulse
Pulse
is
is
such
worth
a
it at this point.
like expendable ability. I'd throw it to the wind. And go fight the Reaper or a McCray or something.
Gwendol D-Mac. It will find the Moira. That's what. I don't think it's worth it in the end. A grab flux used. There was a grab flux used there, but it was instantly shut down by Drago.
Ah, that's a big waste. Now, like, Lighthouse should be rolling on Trust's map Spear ult on me. And I feel like Illusion are trying to still control the high ground, even though they're completely forgetting about the point.
Yeah, the Lighthouse are getting a lot of distance here.
They are, and I feel like Illusion is kind of annoying that they have a point to have.
Oh, Drago shatters. I think the Arita shield there, but it will be a trade. In the end, the numbers do favor Illusion.
I think if I were Lighthouse here,
EdgyboyUwU really needs to switch off this tracer.
He really does. I think at this point I just
You got another
completely
pulse.
disengage and take this lost fight and try and group up 6 for the next one. Did a very good job of acknowledging that they didn't care about the payload and they got very far.
Finally, look who switched off tracer.
I like the swap CD Echo and McCray from Lighthouse to control the high ground better. So I feel like that's like Illusion and M's main strength. Illusion's strength right now. They can control the high
Coming
ground.
out, finding
Oh.
2. That's unfortunate from Lighthouse. Actually, it'll be a Sombra, not an Echo, but
Interesting. Probably
need
just
to
gonna get
touch,
back. They do.
it's a touch here. But I don't think, yeah, with Drago and Ali falling, it's looking pretty dark here. Trying to find the right adjective.
Yeah. I think the main problem there was that they weren't grouped up as 6 a lot, and they either completely Like they never really either completely ignored the high ground and said, "Screw you, we want to go to point," or just said like, "Okay, you're on high ground, we'll rush you and take you off," because that's their main event, right? I feel like they didn't really do either, and if they one instead of the other, then I think they would have gone a lot farther. You?
Especially for illusion, give it up that much space could cost them the entire map.
Did it say they capped all three? Because they didn't.
Well, no, it's a glitch, I think.
Oh.
I think as soon as both teams are ready, it'll fix itself. But
Alright.
wait, EdgyBoy on a tourbillon. Let's go.
I like this from Lighthouse, honestly. Because then you have a very tanky dive set up with a pocketed tourbillon, I assume, and the way it controls sidelines, so you aren't blown up by a fire or a very strong dive, so you can control the area space of his scan as well.
I think what Lighthouse is going for here is Edgy's trying to figure out where he wants to put his turret. But what Lighthouse is going for here is the sight lines to be either blocked by.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll carry on. But either the sight lines to be. It's either the sight lines to be blocked by Ali on the Widow, or the sight lines to be spotted on by the tourbillon.
I think this is very like if this is really gonna be done. I think it's going to be on the high ground, so it has more sightline. And I don't understand.
I think tourbillon does switch to that.
Standing there alone. Feels like a very easy target if he doesn't get off that high ground.
1. Attackers incoming.
He's it will be another double shield comp coming out from Illusion with double range, with double sniper really. Would you count Ash as a sniper?
Yes, Ash is a sniper. Double sniper comp. Yeah. My only worry with this is that I feel like Illusion M could just switch to dive and just kill the tourbillon or whatever right there. Because they're completely alone. And they will have no peel for them available quickly enough.
Lighthouse do pick up both healers early as in that first fight, which ultimately cost them the whole push.
Oh,
but Duckman falls! Oh, that could be costly.
The high ground switch from EdgyBoy to see what his team wants, so it's more understandable and does more poke damage with them.
The turret does fall, but EdgyBoy does find the pick onto the dynamic throw. It's a good dynamite, but everyone's so cramped in this corner, and this is not what you want when there's a Sigma tourbillon. And EdgyBoy finds both tanks originally going for the hammer kills.
I think what...
I don't know how I would know that.
Oh, the Hanzo's ready to die here. But I think that what Lighthouse did a really good job there with EdgyboyUwU was that they found in the corner, they like pushed Illusion M into a corner, and then they pincered them with the tourbillon and rested the team. And they couldn't do a fighter group, so they all just died. They could get a good push on.
But the Hanzo did pick off Duckman, and the Hanzo picked up Ali again. It's a really good aim from Liquids. The fight will continue on to point as it'll look like, despite the molten core, I don't think it'll amount to anything in the end.
Interesting molten core.
Yeah, this positioning is very questionable for me.
Positioning is very questionable, yes. I feel like if Illusion M wants, I feel like if Lighthouse Gaming want to avoid getting picked off more, they have to stay as a unit. Because I feel like their DPS specifically are getting very split and alone, and they can, and then Illusion can just capitalize off that. See, like Ali dies again right there. He's just alone and split, and Illusion M just keep capitalizing on this.
I think that was more of a stagger than a split, but. What we move? Oh, and Liquid's found an edge. Actually, that point
that's
actually
what I mean.
Edgy was alone there.
He was alone, and that's the problem with this. Like, if you're gonna play double snipers, you need to save your tanks and benefit off the shielding.
I don't really know what Lighthouse are going for here. I don't even know why EdgyBoy's on Hanzo, possibly to duel with the double sniper.
I think it's a good pick. Like, you
sniper.
can control the high ground with a Hanzo a lot more efficiently than you can with a McCree, for example.
But,
and you can do it with the Hanzo. I think it's a good pick.
Like, that's a good pick from Ali, and then Lighthouse does have ult here, all the ults except for the DPS ones.
So it's just like Lighthouse playing at a disadvantage by not playing with the high ground more, because that's the illusion M are controlling.
Both DPS are on high ground actually. Well, they were, but
Well,
they
just
were.
Axe is on high ground, but like if you just set up with your entire team on high ground, basically,
Axe getting back
have like
off
one
the
person
ground.
still on point, then you can be very effective, because you can control both bases.
I'm dropping everything right now, but yeah, it's just the DPS who are really trying to get value off the high ground. All the edgy boys up here by himself, which okay,
There
the
we
team
go.
does
That's the
eventually
rotation
rotate
I'm
up
looking
top.
for. Very good see. That's interesting with Mercy. This you focus on that.
I don't think the Mercy got up.
I don't think so. This is like an unlucky moment. But I like the rotation from Lighthouse. It controls high ground more. Very interesting flying from Sleepy Alley here.
But what? Interesting, but notice that they're not getting much distance on the payload, unlike
No,
what
they're
Lighthouse
not.
is doing.
No, it feels like they have someone who should be staying down there, like a Sigma maybe, to just control that phase, because they're just giving it up for free.
The heal it down. Dragon Strike coming out now. And the grab looks, they're looking to completely destroy Lighthouse so they can get to the final stretch here. Bob coming out. Won't get any value, but Sleepy Alley's Bob comes out.
That's still a lot of value. Very good job of Lighthouse sacred up here and stays a unit.
Oh, Alley! And Hansa will find the pick on the lefties. As a healer, you do not want to get, especially a main healer, you do not want to get picked off this many times. Maybe Duckman should group up with his maybe his not his Ryan, his Arissa more, for that so he can benefit off the shield.
Yeah, feels like Lighthouse just needs to do a slightly better job of controlling both high ground and the point at the same time. Feels like they're very good at focusing on one, but not both at the same time. This is vitally important since the
Another high ground fight. Another high ground fight. Someone could possibly C9 to force Lighthouse down. And
60 seconds remaining.
it'll just be poke after poke with pretty much the exact same comp.
Yeah, just a miracle. This is what the entire thing is doing. Like, this is actually great from Lighthouse. If they just don't pressure him out to do anything with any ultimates, and they're not using that, they're not wasting anything. It just brings time off the clock, which is desperately needed for Illusion.
Dragon Strike.
That's a good
Immortality
job
thrown
with the
off.
Immortality field and staying mostly grouping as a team, so.
Oh, Bob walking onto the thing. And that'll completely push. That's a great Bob actually from Ali.
Yep, to
Which
push them
forces
off the high
of
ground.
the high ground.
Brilliant. And then the Dragons
coming
for
up
the
from Edgy.
team.
And Arissa will focus a bit.
10 seconds remaining.
You do not want to be losing your main tank, especially with the time that you have on the clock here.
Now we're into
And-
OT.
We're into OT now. And Lighthouse
And Lighthouse taking
will
map.
take this map.
I felt like Lighthouse had a far better understanding of the high ground and how they want to control them. I felt like Illusion had a lot of slipping on point, but they didn't really know what to do. Like, for example, on that last point, they should have had someone on the payload and just completely said, like, yeah, this Sam isn't going anywhere. We only have a minute. We should start pressuring you guys off.
But going back to what we said on the Lighthouse attack, as I said, giving up that much distance for Lighthouse has costed them the entire series. I need to stop saying series. The entire map. Because if they wouldn't have given Lighthouse that much space to push the payload, then they wouldn't have they would have won that map.
Yeah, they would have. It's all just about the. I think Lighthouse just showed a better understanding of the map verticality and how to use both items. Because, like, both compositions want to play on the high ground and spam, right? And I think Lighthouse showed a far better understanding of how to control the payload and the high ground at the same time. And split them up very well to force bad positioning out of Illusion there. Very solid on defense.
It was good from both teams fighting up on the high ground, especially because if you win that fight on the high ground, then you pretty much control high ground for next fight, or if you're on the attacking team, to push the payload to get to the actual finish line.
Yeah.
But Yeah, just the ultimate thing that cost them there was giving Lighthouse distance.
Yeah, like
Li-
the only way Illusion would have been able to win that if they wanted to really play the poke war is to go and move up from their good comfy position and move on to the bridge. Because like Lighthouse was so like that spam war for Lighthouse is great. It just burned the clock and they could achieve nothing with that for Illusion. Like Susan?
And Hawk just put the shade in the chat. That's what she typed up, the shade. I don't know if it was something I said or something you said. But anyway, our last map is Anubis.
Alright.
Hey, I count to 3, you ready?
Yeah.
Last time we have to do this.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Alright.
Now,
Shade? I think I'm putting shade on Illusion there, but like I'm just capitalizing on C.
Or maybe it was because when I said that Duck should group up with his tanks more.
Maybe. Certainly a strong double shield
Oh, I remember this map.
code from Illusion. And I think it's a good idea for take the other high ground in TP. From Lighthouse.
Right. Play into action again. Pharmacy Fallen.
Hmm. I like this
Precious-
from
also,
Lighthouse
I-
to try and solve it while the wait rest of their team to get back.
I don't know whether you noticed, and thank God you didn't. Nobody else noticed. The TP, the initial TP was bad from Edgy, and Edgy is alone on near the point because that's not what you want.
That's a good
It's
swap
practically a
from
DPS down at this point.
Sleepy Alley on the Widowmaker to... Well, Lighthouse try and pressure him off the point, he can capitalize off positioning.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
And now Lighthouse are on point here, and they have to come to them. Illusion have to come to them. It's not as if they're the dependent team here.
I think Lighthouse did a very good job trying to push them back. But like their main problem why they didn't decide to win that fight is because their entire team wasn't there. Now it wasn't there to capitalize on that great play.
Ali, yeah, I agree with you there,
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
but wait, what time stamp are you on? What's
220.
the time bank? I'm on 225.
Okay, I pause it to 15.
Get through this.
Alright, I'll tell you when to unpause.
resistance.
Now,
Alright. Bongo, you...
Lighthouse go straight back to point and get picked. They're reading. They know what Lighthouse are playing now. As soon as they see the Symmetra, they know they're going straight to point.
Yeah, but I don't think that was necessarily too bad for Lighthouse. They basically forced out ult for nothing. Like, Illusion just pressed Y, and Lighthouse didn't have to spend anything to get that, so they'll have a major ult economy advantage going into the next fight, which could give them an advantage
Tankle.
in the map.
Both tank ults used. And they will try. They'll try it again. And try it again, and they'll
Oh!
try to
they did
oh!
touch?
Oh, it's a seed.
That is a C9. God.
That's a really.
Feels like this
really
Illusion
bad
did a very
illusion.
slow job of reacting to what Lighthouse were trying to achieve.
And ultimately, that cost them a C9.
He did. I think it was a good ult usage from Lighthouse though, to put up the symbol on the point to wait. Illusion's main advantage is to have spam, be able to poke them out from that high ground where they're on point. The wall completely negates that advantage, so Illusion have nothing to work with after that.
Edgy stuff referring to yourself in the same person. We all know it's you. I said at the beginning of the stream, Doc. Well, no, not at the beginning of the stream. Before the stream. I don't know whether I referred to myself as Edgy Boy or me. I don't know.
And I like this rotation from Lighthouse again to close the distance on Illusion before they can capitalize with a more spinning stomp.
Barrage gets shut down and it'll look like a comfortable fight for Lighthouse.
This looks to be. I feel like Lighthouse just did a really good job of seeing that if they went mid or to the right, that they'd have a very hard time with Illusion poke. So they went to the shortest route that the double shield could get effective range on, and they capitalized on it after they got the point. It's very good.
Skull will be coming out here. pick after pick from Lighthouse will look like they'll cap this, but Drago does fall here.
I think that was from Lighthouse's D, but to get the
fall.
ball off point was very clean.
People are falling. No one can capitalize. No one can get onto the actual objective, and they're forced to reset.
Yeah, feels like a slight indecisiveness from Lighthouse, not exactly knowing who they want to focus in that fight, because there's a lot of like very low targets behind them, and they were trying to focus on the ones in spawn rather than on point. And they couldn't really capitalize off the advantages made for themselves.
As you were finding a pick early here, but trading out and Drago falling as well, and it'll look like Illusion will win this fight.
I think the main problem from Lighthouse in that fight was going for that long rotation, which would fucking just spam the hell out of you from. And they can't really do anything about that. I think they're playing to Illusion's strengths rather than their weaknesses, like they did on their first initial push.
I don't know whether you're watching the actual camera work or not, but I've been focusing way too much on Lighthouse. Like the Lighthouse pushes. I need to walk at the Illusion defense here.
Yeah. Well, Illusion just really want to set up at the farm, put range and poke. Like, see, most of their team just set up on the point, and they can just poke the hell out of the Lighthouse, and they can't do anything.
EdgyboyUwU falls. So another reason why I'm not referring to myself as me is because I'm not gonna go, and I I die first, and it's like that's weird. I mean that's more weird than referring to myself as Edgy. But anyway, that's completely unrelated.
One thing I don't understand is the Widowmaker pick exactly. Because, right, you can pressure at the fire, but, like, most of the team just kind of wants to avoid her. And with a Mercy Block, it's very hard to capitalize on anything done.
Two. Rock Barrage coming out, finding three, but it's EdgyboyUwU and Liquid's actually trading each other. And another Bob comes out. Will Bob be the thing that stops Lighthouse from capping again? And it actually might be.
Yeah. I feel like Illusion are doing a very good job of playing point presence and utilizing their tankiness and range of their comp to their advantage in most of these fights.
Tracer pick coming out now.
30 seconds remaining.
And now
Still
Lighthouse
position
are
on
only
Widowmaker.
left with Widowmaker ultimate. You can telegraph it
They'll
with
use early.
They'll use early. Good picks coming from Windows early.
Both DPS finding the picks here, but Duckman will fall and EdgyboyUwU, and it's looking really bad here. But Quenzel Quenzel's actually got 2 remake kills this game on this point actually. Quenzel's actually been doing really well. Drago obviously finding the main support flags, and it might just be cleanup at this point for Lighthouse, but you never know what could happen.
It's gonna get killed quicker.
The Far coming back out. Will be shut down immediately by Coalescence, and no one can touch. That was very late.
I think Lighthouse did a very good job in that
ball.
very last fight of like getting the all focusing on the little groups that Illusion had split into by the end.
Ready for battle.
Right. But my main problem with Lighthouse for most of that second attack is I think like on the first push that they had the perfect rotation to avoid Illusion. But then after that, they never really went for the same thing again, or understood that that's what they needed to do for the rest of the point. What was your thoughts on why it took the Lighthouse so long to get that point?
Well, the thing is, was Lighthouse could have got that point so much earlier. It was just that Illusion stalled out for way too long. They weren't focusing targets, and especially with Bob on point, which was booped off at the end. But Bob did a lot of damage to enough damage to clean up. I think it was Drago and Duck, your Lucio and your Reinhardt, and especially on 2CP with people constantly coming back, it's really hard to win fights without those two.
I agree with that. I think the system is also a big issue in those OT fights. You brought a very good point there.
Alright, we can focus on the comps here.
Right.
Illusion going for a Tracer Echo comp.
Tracer Echo
double
dive.
bubble actually.
Double bubble.
Double bubble.
This should completely destroy Lighthouse's comp if they know how to play it. Because they can stick a target like the Widowmaker around high ground, for example, dive her and kill her. And there's nothing they can do. But
you also got to be aware of the Junkrat spam as well.
Junkrat spam as well. But I was gonna say, if the Junkrat can send them out and they can pressure him enough that they can't get a good engagement without dying or taking significant damage, then Lighthouse should be able to hold him here. This is battle.
The double shield comp coming out from I almost said from Houston Outlaws because I'm so used to saying that.
God.
Coming out from Lighthouse. Double shield coming out from Lighthouse, which again could block the damage from the Echo. And wait, it looks like it'll be a Winston ball in the end, just straight up dive.
No.
But he's switching between the two.
I think Lighthouse just really want to spam the point and avoid spam the choke and really want to avoid any direct engagement from Illusion. And they want to do the exact opposite. They want to get one target, kill that target, and capitalize on the rest of the team.
I'm just waiting for both teams to ready up here.
Yeah, we are.
This is taking way too long.
Yep.
Heal in terms of heal comp, which I don't think we've been focusing on as much. Both teams running the Mercy obviously for the res. Baptiste's on it, obviously good respectable main supports.
Right. I think the Mercy's good as long as she can play away from the dive, but if she can't, then she'll be a very easy target for Illusion to capitalize on.
Winston absorbing the spam actually. And he will full face.
That's exactly what Lighthouse want to do, is that they punish their indecisiveness and slow moving with the Junkrat.
Oh, you do not want to play in this. And also, I don't think they should be playing in the tight room.
They should not be
Especially
playing
the
in
spam the Lighthouse have with the Sig room and the Junk spam.
Yeah, space mobility is what they want to use. I personally don't get the Zarya. I know it's like high charge, obviously, but she can't really engage with the Winston or deal with like so much spam from Lighthouse. Instead going for a flank play, and then she get punished.
It should be shut down.
That was very bizarre, and shows like a lack of coordination from Illusion like lack of Zarya's understanding of what she wanted to achieve in that fight exactly.
And there'll be an Echo actually trying to dive the Widowmaker here. Which Lighthouse.
I don't think it's a bad
kind of
idea.
ignore.
I don't think it's a bad idea from the Echo, but she's not at the mercy to build their pocket of mercy, so it doesn't really get anywhere. You shouldn't.
And also, I don't even notice the way the Trace has been all game, but she's now trying to get some action here. Riptide coming out, finding both tanks.
Wow. Actually, can you wait a second for me?
Alright, what time bank is
What time bank you on?
210.
210? Gotcha. Just give me one moment.
Alright.
I'm sorry for technical difficulties.
Oh, I just realized that, like, I've not been paying attention. Okay. Are we doing counter 3?
I'm at 206 now.
I'm pretty much at the same place.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, pause. Okay.
Alright.
What do you think Illusion's been struggling so far on their offense?
Honestly, I just don't think that the DPS have been really doing anything. There's no value coming out here, and actually, as soon as I say that, Liquid gets the pick onto EdgyBoy.
I think
Res coming out.
That was a very good incentive for Illusion, exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to put pressure on Lighthouse and allow their DPS to capitalize. That's like what they should have been doing from the start.
Down. And the amount of damage that's happening here. So the primal of this tank with the grab, both tankles use. But the Zarya will fall at. Despite both tankles being used, it looks like Lighthouse might win the fight.
Wow. I think it's more tankiness to the composition, and they can't. And I don't think Illusion can capitalize as fast as they would have liked to.
Well, perhaps not, but like as soon as you were saying that, the Illusion were getting picks.
They're getting picked, but the Mercy and Bap are still
Italian.
alive, so the Lighthouse cannot really stop until those two are dead. until those go
50
fall.
seconds left. Around that anyway. As the Trace is being pressured by Ali. Actually, the Ali. Oh, oh no! Oh, I don't think you knew what happened there. I don't think you saw what happened, but it was basically. I'll try and sum it up.
Oh, big anti-nade from the Illusion Anna. Creates a great opening.
Yeah, and that's
for
ultimately
Illusion to capitalize.
Ultimately gonna win the fight, and it's funny. It's funny because it shows how big of an impact an anti-nade can have. They used 2 tank ults and still lost the fight, but 1 anti-nade and they win the fight.
They do. I think they really just punished that Lighthouse go and they weren't reacting as fast as they could have. So Illusion dialed up the pace for an anti-nade and just went on it. And they won the fight because of their fastness. But it feels like the opening should be favoring Illusion for this point, as long as he can get a good one-stick engage. What do you think?
Ali's position.
Ali's
Ali's position. He's all the way on the right side by himself near a Tracer. And he's good at.
That's very cocky. Yeah. That was just
And a nano
really
coming out.
yeah.
The anti-nade coming out.
Very huge anti-nade.
Despite the D-Mac, I don't think it's gonna. Ali on the Bastion once again.
Oh.
Doing an insane amount of damage.
Wow. It's a good switch from Ali because people don't expect a Bastion when you're trying to retake. And they should use a tire cleanup here.
Oh, but nice fire.
Sure. Because Lighthouse there was the cockiness from Sleepy Alley to take that Widow 1v1 on a crazy flank, and they get punished for it. So it gives them gives Illusion a good opening to take a 65 and win off that. What do you think went wrong in that fight?
Well, not only did they not have a Widowmaker to perhaps punish someone like the Lucio or Ana, but also the Nano Monkey and the Anti-Nade did more than enough damage to. They should have won that fight, in my opinion. But Sleepy Alley does get the pick onto Liam on the Tracer.
Oh, this is very good.
Supercharger coming out.
Oh, Supercharger?
Just trying to commentate what's happening.
Yeah.
2K Diva Bomb coming out, and now Marion getting the kill onto the Quenzel, and it'll look like they might cap here, unless a contest comes out, and it will from the brig.
I feel like Illusion are more decisive, they can win fights, and they can stop Lighthouse.
Look at this Wrecking Ball contest strap, by the way. What the?
Period.
30 seconds.
LB up here, Nova, of course, on here, brig. That won, arguably won Lijiang, and they'll actually win the fight, and Drago persisted on this Wrecking Ball.
Interesting from Drago, but I think that's to stall and anti-that with the very successfully.
It's a very good stall position. Very, very good stall position.
Tiptoeing the point with the brig was really smart from Lighthouse.
This is the last fight here to try and this could be hope of Illusion winning the series. And both healers down, it's looking very favourable. But they also lose to themselves with both the DPS ults. Jupe Diva Bomb coming out, finding nothing but and obviously with the Jupe going down and the Lucio going down. Liquids on the Echoes finding 3. And then it's gonna have to be another Saw from Light. Drago back in his spot. Duckman getting down the mech. Liquids has been doing so much on the but here comes Nova with 2 picks of her own. And Ali cleaning it up. He cleans up 3. That's really, really huge. Nova and Ali really cleaned up all of them there.
Yeah.
And that was
and Lighthouse 6 series. Closing thoughts on that map, I felt like Lighthouse had far better understanding about how to play against the dive comp than Illusion did how to play the dive comp. But they really couldn't capitalize on the engages or setups they made for themselves. And the very strong anti-dive with the Junkrat and the Brig and other things made it very hard for them to get good engages, and when they would, Lighthouse would punish them accordingly. What was your thoughts on that map?
My thoughts on the map overall was that it was very very good play from Lighthouse, and the mistakes of funnily, I feel like Lighthouse had more mistakes. I just don't think Illusion could fully capitalize off them. And in terms of comps, I feel like Lighthouse with their double shield have a good understanding of a game and coordination to fully set that in place. As for Illusion, even on a good example is on Anubis, the comp. They didn't know how to fully utilize the comp to its full advantage, and I think that's what cost them the whole series.
Yeah, I
Now I can actually finally say that.
I felt like Lighthouse should have better understanding of what they wanted to do and how to play against Illusion. No matter, Illusion felt really undecisive the entire map, how they wanted to play their comps. So, like, they didn't understand how to properly dive a double shield team or how to properly pull off a dive at all. I think they're very unsafe about how their execution went, who they're focusing, and how they wanted to play it. I also felt like they didn't really want to swap off of it when they could have. Like, you didn't really need the Reaper if you want to go for like a faster engage. And also, it felt like the main tank round really set up with DPS, where like the Echo and Tracer being to capitalize on what the tanks were trying to set up, and then the auto would do accordingly. It only happened like a couple times, and I just had a better understanding of how to play the double shield, how to beat what Illusion were running, and capitalize on the incisiveness of that entire series.
I feel like, especially with with hero changes and everything, I feel like double shield will be a very strong comp to use in the future. Not only for Lighthouse, but for maybe if Illusion can run that and mirror the double shield comp with perhaps maybe like a sim TP, they could really improve there. That goes for any team actually. If you've learned that strat, it actually goes very well. But anyway, as a whole, Lighthouse do take the series 3-1. After a shaky start, they managed to pick themselves back up and win 3-1. Any closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts were like they always stayed one step ahead and they knew what they were gonna do each time. Like on past map 1, they were always consistently one step ahead of Illusion, and it showed throughout the entire series. I feel after that first map, I feel like they cleaned up their indecisiveness and their questionable shot calling and like how they wanted to play things and what they're going to do on those things the rest of the series. And I think they really showed in the results. Yeah? Any closing thoughts?
No, other than I do want to say well done to Defenders and GG to Illusion.
Yeah.
What was it, MT2?
I'm not totally sure. Still.
I know the title's technically wrong, but GG to Illusion.
Yeah. Both teams played very well.
And console diff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end it by saying console diff.
Oh my god.
That's probably gonna get me in trouble. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed our very scuffed and we'll hopefully see you guys in another game.